Hi, I'm Francesca from Super Mummy Secrets, and today I'm reviewing for AO.com, and I'm reviewing the Hoover Capsule Stick CA192TP2001 Freestanding Cordless Vacuum Cleaner in titanium. So a little bit about the vacuum cleaner from Hoover. It's meant for everyday cleaning and quick pickups, and not only is it an upright vacuum cleaner, but it has an integrated handheld for upholstery, in-car and tabletop cleaning. So it's very light and it only weighs 2.6 kilograms, and the capsule, which is 19.6 volts, on a full battery charge will give you about 35 minutes vacuuming time. It also comes with a special turbo boost which turns on a rotating brush bar, and this ensures that your vacuum cleaner doesn't get clogged with any hair. A couple of other things to note about the vacuum is that the dust capacity is 0.7 litres, and to fully charge the vacuum it will take 16 hours. So now I'm going to do a close-up of the vacuum so you can see all its features. So this is the vacuum, and as you can see it's very small, very compact. It's not much bigger and taller than a standard sized chair, as you can see. The vacuum cleaner is currently on charge. You can see the wire coming from the base, and if I just unclip this you can see that the base is actually very small and compact, and it has a little bit on the back to put in all the accessories. The Hoover is very narrow, and the handle is nice and long, and it's so light that you can see I can pick it up with my baby finger, no problem. The Hoover is very easy to use, and it just has an on-off switch there and the one for the turbo, which will turn on the brush underneath, and you use the turbo for carpet and you turn it off when you're using it on a hard floor. Probably one of the best things about this for me is that you can very quickly turn it into a handheld Hoover by just pressing the buttons on the side there. It will then release the bit off the back. And there you have a handheld Hoover. And by adding an extra bit on the end, you've got a really long nozzle there which can reach really high up. It can get right in the edges and the corners of the room, so it can easily pick up everything. The handheld is just as easy to control with the big on button here. And it's just as easy to empty the machine by squeezing the trigger. I also love how easy it is to move around, and it can get into any space easily and can be at any angle to get right into every corner. The fact that it's cordless makes life so much easier. I'm not having to unplug and keep plugging in every time I want to move into a different room, and for things like the stairs, there's no wires which stop me going up the stairs easily with the Hoover or with the handheld. It makes life so much easier. When the Hoover is turned on, it's not much louder than a hairdryer, which I really like because I do a lot of my hoovering when my toddler is asleep, so it means that I'm not waking him up. So the Hoover is really powerful. You can actually hear it sucking up all the bits, and you know it's working because when you look into the inside you can see all the dust and all the bits that it's picked up from just one room. So although I do absolutely love this Hoover, there are some downsides. First being that although it is obviously cordless and rechargeable, which is great, it did take 24 hours before I could use it for the first time. I did have to charge it for a full 24 hours. After that, I used the Hoover for about half an hour. And once you've used it for about half an hour, it should run out of battery, and it did, and that meant I then had to charge it again for another 16 hours. So every time you want to charge it, it will take 16 hours to fully recharge. So this does mean that if you have used a Hoover and the battery has run out, then you won't be able to use that Hoover again for 16 hours. This can be a bit of a drawback, especially if, for example, you have hoovered the whole house and then you maybe drop some bits on the floor and you want to do a quick hoover but it's not charged yet. That can be obviously a bit of a problem. So the other slight downside to the Hoover is that really you need to keep it plugged in at all times. That's because it does take obviously 16 hours to fully charge, and every time you do use it, it'll need to be recharged again. So that does also mean that you can't exactly put it away in a cupboard, and if you haven't got somewhere convenient to stand it plugged in at all times, then this can obviously be a bit of a problem. It is obviously very compact and can fit into a very small space. So I was definitely happy with the Hoover. I would say it suited me really well as a person and as a mum. It really helped my back problems. It didn't make it worse whenever I hoovered. It also really helped with whenever my toddler made a mess, I didn't have to go and get the Hoover out of a cupboard and plug it in and spend time putting the right accessory on it, or trying to find the handheld Hoover. It was just so much easier just to grab that and quickly hoover something up, and it made it so much easier to reach the places that I couldn't before as well, under tables, around the side of chairs, and just being able to even carry the Hoover upstairs was so much easier. So I would definitely recommend this Hoover to anyone that struggles with heavy hoovers and has a lot of difficult objects to get around and hoover around. So the last thing I wanted to say was I really enjoyed this review for AO.com, and I also want to thank Chloe from AO, who was absolutely brilliant, and the customer service was brilliant as well. So thank you very much for giving me the opportunity, and thank you also for watching my vlog review.